Hey everyone, it's been a while, so I decided to just do a bunch of Black Series figures that I picked up. Let's start with Baylan Skoll, rest in peace Ray Stevenson. Face looks great, looks very much like him, at least at this range, but the coloring is pretty good. The molding on all textures of the suit is pretty nice as well. Here's a closer look at his lightsaber. Decent. I don't know if this is like too small or something. This is definitely really rare. There's a reissue or a second batch where the lightsaber is a bit more orange. And there he is. Articulation is also pretty good for someone that's bulky-ish, but he's definitely not as bulky as he looks in the show. So yeah, you know, on his own, he seems to be okay, but if I just put him down there, and then I bring in Shinhati, you can see that she's the same, if not taller than Baylan Skoll by a little bit, which doesn't make sense. Its lightsaber is way longer than hers though. There she is. Face is not good. She doesn't look quite like the actress there. So here's a closer look at her face, and she looks really dead. Coloring on the rest of the suit, the silver bits are okay, but these buttons are also pretty good. But the rest of the suit just feels very flat. It definitely needs a wash on all this fabric. And unfortunately, speaking of the fabric, it's a very stiff plastic, and that's really annoying. Here's a closer look at her lightsaber. I hate these loose hands. Go on, slide them in the fingers. So head rotating, not really look much up and down, but rotating is fine. Arms go up. They put this little butterfly like gap hiding thing in there, which works just a little bit. Shoulder pads on these soft rubbery things. Move forward, back a little bit. Not really sideways. Really not much. So Baylan Skoll is actually more agile than her. Right, let's go with something boring. Mandalorian Commander, I was not going to pick him up, but in order to pre-order Baylan Skoll and Shinhati, he's part of the set. So yeah, we've seen this Mandalorian body a lot of times, like Axel Rose or whatever. We've seen this gun a lot of times. We've seen this jetpack a lot of times, just different colors. It's a decent Mandalorian, but we've seen this more than a million times. I guess the metallic blue, the shiny blue there is a nice mold. This helmet is clearly not designed for this head. You can see how loose it is. This thing comes down, of course, and these things will take too. Oh, there it goes. Take this off. It's just generic dark skinned guy. Yeah, bad facial expression. I mean, these are great, I guess, if you want to customize it and put your own head on it. That's a thing that you can probably do. So yeah, articulation is decent on this guy because, you know, they've done a lot of this guy. Nothing too special, to be honest. The jetpack keeps falling off. Like, the color scheme is decent, and I suppose if they were to go forward and make even more Mandalorians and just like random colors or colors you saw in that one episode where they're teaching the kids at the cave not to get eaten by giant crocodiles, why are they still there? Then yeah, this jetpack really doesn't want to go back in. Stay there. I feel like some people would be frustrated enough to just super glue that. Yeah, and really not much articulation on the main body. See, this helmet keeps coming off. It's just so loose. It's okay. So, when are they doing it? Did they do a Jango Fett recently? I can't remember. They really should. Let's go back to something more fun. R5. So this is the new R2-D2 body that they've done. It is the right scale. It's much bigger. It stands next to the Bandai model kits, or I guess Mayfex stuff. And that's great. So yeah, they can go in, and you need fingernails to get it out. Now I can't get it out. I cut my nails recently and I can't get it out. That's I know it's probably a good thing to give it a click. There we go. Yeah, these things could definitely also do a little bit of silver paint there. So that's missing. So that's a customizing thing you can do. You can also add a little bit more silver paint on the sides there. As you can see, right here, and the silver is only on the front, and you go to the side, it's gone. So you can do a little bit of custom job and paint a little bit better. And of course these little nubs. And just like the R2 unit, if you were to rotate the head and look forward up to a point, you can pull it back out, and there's a storage space with all these little attachments. All of them are molded in the grey plastic, which once again, if you want to do some customization, you can paint them silver. If you rotate that a little bit, it doesn't open. It only opens in a certain way, which is probably to do with the mechanic stuff for the middle leg as well. And speaking of not having fingernails for these, seriously, open. Come on. Come on. There we go. So yeah, both sides got these 3 arms there. These ones are a little bit easier to open because there's a bit of a dent in the area. Boop, boop. Definitely don't pull these out too much. You can snap the plastic very easily. It's thin plastic and it's soft. It's one of those plastic that bends and becomes white very easily if you bend it too much. So I'm just going to close that back up because I probably never open it. And since you know, this R5 unit never has used anything on screen, I probably never use those accessories as well. So moving along, the next fun thing, Christmas jar. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this up. It's not too expensive. I was just like, yeah, why not? No fabric or cloth for him. The same body as the regular Jawa. Kind of wish this was a cloth piece, but it's okay. Now he's just an ice cream cone. Yeah, it's just a regular Jawa, and all the other accessories are the same. They just molded in different colors. They did do a little bit of paint detail there, and they painted the eyes. So pretty cool. Hairy creatures apparently. He comes with little creature done in green. It's the first time I have this creature, and I'm glad it's a very soft, malleable plastic. I don't have him for my Jabba figure. I have the Jabba in just the box, in the black box with nothing else. So there's no stand, no seat. So this is all I got, and so this will have to do. I did 3D print one of these, and I painted it, and it looked quite good. But then, you know, because it was 3D printed with resin, I broke it. I snapped his legs and arms off by just dropping him like 5 inches from the table. So this will have to do. Can I actually stand him up straight? Yes, I can. That's neat. I can have him in a walking pose. He can stand next to Kermit the Frog. That's cool. Not sure about this color scheme. I mean, it's kind of neat just seeing a different one. Like, if you can't afford the Jabba pack or the new one, or you don't want to get the super expensive set, if you already have a Jabba, if you just want one of this, another Salacious Crumb, or you want a different color one, get this. It's relatively cheap for Christmas Jawa. And since the Christmas Jawa is done in the plastic and not the fabric, you can paint them into something else if you do want to. And then you can get this and paint them back into the regular color. And yeah. And maybe try 3D print a bunch of these if you really need to. Next we have Christmas Ewok. Love Ewoks. I just hope they keep releasing more of these in different like color, fur, and different head pieces that they have. So I was just like, yeah, I'll get a Christmas Ewok. I'm collecting Ewoks. Also the vintage collection at the smaller scale, those can be kid Ewoks. So this is cool, the little blue stuff. He comes with a white Pog. I don't care for Pogs, it doesn't even have feet. And it comes in this box. Now the good thing about this box is it's quite nice and Christmassy. It's decent. Is this a unique piece? I'm not sure. No, this must be... Is this a box from Mars Kanata? Like the Force Awakens box? Well, anyway. So the outside looks pretty nice and it does function. You can like put it into the lock there and you can open it up. But the downside is the inside's not painted at all, which I guess you can custom paint that as whatever you want. And the other downside is that this plastic, there's no hinge there. It's just a flat piece of plastic that you're continuously bending by opening and closing this. The paint job is okay-ish, but you can see many edges where the gold is just not there, so you can easily, like, once again, customize this a little bit. Get yourself some contrast paints, go over the red and the white, and it'll look so much better. Of course, paint the inside. Suppose there's some black bags there. There's like a lantern-y thing there, and this is probably like a brown pouch, so you can, make it look so much better. Last figure of the day, Star Killer. It's great. I liked the first game, and I quite enjoyed the second one too, but not as much. But it's cool. I do like all the bonus what-if missions. That was really nice. Face, not so much. Looks off. Not the best resemblance. I wonder if they could have just gone into the Lucas Games archive and just got the 3D files for the head. Would that have worked? Or is the resolution too low and polygon too low? Hair paint is also a bit too sharp. I was excited when I saw them announce like the Hasbro convention one with the 2 extra stormtroopers, extra lightsabers, extra hand, extra faces, and lightning effects, but that was way too expensive for what you get. This is a much better value, even though you don't get those bonus things. For what you pay for, this is it. Just notice it's got all these pixie for extra lightsabers. If you have some spare, you just plug them all in there. So, well, obviously I don't have extra spares because the lightsabers belong on the other Jedi that have them. So I guess you can like copy this lightsaber or 3D print some and stick them in there. Closer look at the lightsaber. Oh, you can see the part of it opening up in there. Yeah, he's got permanent damage on there and some more blood there, which looks very fake. That does not look good, like good blood. It'd probably be better off just cleaning that off with some alcohol or paint remover. A little bit of red detail on the computer screen there. Otherwise, the suit looks decent enough. Articulation wise, head down, torso back, torso forward, rotating. This is a soft material, which is good. It gets out the way if you need it to. Rotating here, leg goes up. They really should change this plastic material. It's not soft enough, but at least it doesn't have too much of it, so he can still do a lot of articulation. Rotating here, rotating at the top. That's good. So his movement's very good. So here we are, first Ewok, great. All the Ewoks have been great because when they did a Black Series Ewok, it was quite late in the line, or quite recent, so it's pretty good. Jawa's decent, he's a cone, he's not going to do much, so okay. The new droid bodies are good too, and this little thing is pretty good. Shinhati's okay, but her face is just a little bit off, cloth is too hard. Baylan Skoll is way too small. Why is everyone bigger than him? He should be at least 1 to 2 centimeters taller and wider. Mandalorian is fine. Helmet's very loose. Jetpack's loose. It's fixable. Starkiller, the overall figure does look pretty decent, but I do have one problem with him, is that I've been spending like 5 minutes just to get him to stand up like this, and as soon as I touch him or move him a little bit, I'm very sure that his lightsaber will fall off again. His hand is so loose and the gummy plastic is not helping at all. So here we are. I look at these 7 figures, I guess, 6.5, and yeah, they're some good, some bad. Dear Hasbro, you've been making toys for how many years now? You've been making Black Series for how many years now? You've been making action figures for how many years now? Get your shit together. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below. Guys, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.